Hello. I know I haven't really made any videos about my house or much anything. I haven't even finished putting out my hunting videos from my hunting trip. Um, but yeah, I got my workbench going. I did a little bit more work to it actually. And I had to move my fur in here because the weasel ate some of it in the garage. Also, the furnace died in there. The igniter wasn't igniting. But the sump pump, it's been going off every 15 minutes for the last hour. And we've had torrential rain, and I just noticed this. This extra pipe here that goes into this old clay drain comes up. The clean out here is overflowing. So I'm getting what I would normally assume is backup from the drain tile into my sump, which is causing my sump to go off every 15 minutes. Yeah, so it's probably not good. But everything is still dry. The sump's, it's not overflowing the hole. So I imagine that'll stop once the rain stops. I know south of me a little bit, they were calling for 100 millimeters today. I don't know what they called for here for me, but we probably got close to that. There's puddles in my yard, actual puddles where there's never been water accumulation before. So yeah, I finished the wall here on the workbench really recently because the sawdust is still there. I still never finished the top of the bench, and I just got that board there. I'm going to cap the end of the legs off to give it some more stability. And then of course I got to get boards along the back here and on this side of the wall. And I'll probably try and do a shelf underneath there as well. What do we got for fur? We got 3 raccoons done. I got 3 more in the freezer. We got an otter that's done. 2 fox. One of them was eaten by the weasel, so it's a little bit rough. Pieces are missing here, and he got up around the head, and this is all holes here, just down the sides, all holes. And then the other one that was actually good, but I ended up ripping it right here when I flipped it, so that's probably not the best. And then this old mangy coyote that you can see was still shedding for some reason. Didn't find any parasites or bugs on him, but he was shedding, so it's probably not going to be worth much, if anything. The raccoons are doing all right, and we got a mink and a weasel to stretch, and actually got our first beaver today. Having a hard time with beaver, but we got one. Here's the solo boy. He's getting huge. He's like 30 pounds now. He doesn't come down here much anymore. He's been kind of skittish about coming down here. Yeah, he's being a good boy. He's learning. Hey, Solo, you do a trick for the video? Solo, sit. Solo, there, good boy, sits. He does a lot more than that, but I don't have any treats on me, and he gets cranky if I don't treat him after he does a trick. But yeah, I got the heater down here set at 18, and I'm sweating right now down here. And the dehumidifier actually just shut off. It's actually keeping the basement pretty dry this time of year. It's been down in the 50s, so I just adjusted it so it shuts off if it goes below 55. So, because I don't want it drier than that down here. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Little house update. And the bark, yeah. Look at the size of him. And he's only 4 months old. You're only 4 months old and you're 30 pounds. Boy. All right, let's go upstairs. All right, so I'll leave that there, and we'll try and get some more videos uploaded soon. Back to some of the PTSD stuff too there, because I had to switch therapists because my therapist had fallen ill and was not able to work. So I'll see how that's going, and I'll get back into it there as soon as I can. Anyway, have a good night. Talk to you in the next video. So, made a little part of the video, the first part showing how the sump pump was running nonstop. Well, here's the brook. She's about 6 feet high. Yeah. There's supposed to be a beaver dam right about there, about 20 feet out from me. And then there's another one up there at the corner that's usually, the water's usually about 3 feet below the top of it, and now you can't even see the top of the dam up there. And this is all dry ground over here and it's underwater. I mean, it's craziness. And the culvert pipe over there, they're like 3 feet diameter, maybe 4 feet diameter culvert pipes, and the water's up to the top of the pipe. And usually it's just trickling in over the edge. It's just amazing that one rain last night did this. I really want to get upriver and see if the 2 big dams above here let go, or if it really was just the amount of rainfall we had. Also, I got my traps up there. They're probably all completely washed out or underwater. And I imagine the other side of the road where I'm trapping across the street as well is probably the same problem. The other big beaver pond over there is probably completely washed out underwater. It was a crazy rain. Like, I've never seen it this high, not even close to this high. You know, there's usually like 5-6 feet here before you get to the water's edge, and now there's nothing. It's just craziness. I just hope the neighbors aren't flooding in their basements again. I guess that had happened the year before I moved in because the beavers had dammed the culvert and they had flooding like this, but that hasn't been an issue since I moved in. I'm just in shock. It's no wonder my sump pump is running every 10 minutes or so, because as you can see the little divot in the ground there, that's drain tile that runs down from my house to the river. So the drain tile feeds into the river, but then there's the old piping in the basement in the sump pump that's overflowing with water, and my sump pump goes into the new sewer line. So imagine that might be the old sewer line that's backing up from the river here. And here you get a better view of the culvert pipe. There's 2 of them, and they're right at the top. Anyway, I'm gonna get up to the top of the river at the other 2 big dams later in video, and we'll cut this all together. And hopefully it'll be in a day or so. This will all be back down to normal size, and there'll be no permanent damage. All right. So we're out here at the bridge over the river, and the dam's still there, but it's overflowing completely. All the ice is gone. And you can see here again, it's just overflowing everything. It's crazy. Still a bit of ice on the edge here, but this is the highest I've ever seen it. Like, this is supposed to be all land here, but it's underwater, and it's up on my bank, up on my land, a lot higher than it normally is. I'm gonna head around and check out from up here a little bit more. Solo's happy. It's the first time I let him off the leash since he ran out into traffic last week. So he's happy to be free and moving around a bit. But he's lost his privileges of being off leash to go pee in the backyard. He almost got hit by a half-ton truck. Came very close. He thought it would be fun to play catch me if you can around the pine tree in the front yard, even though he never goes in the front yard on his own. But for some reason, that day last week it had snowed and he was just being playful, I guess, but still. Now he's always on his leash. So the house here was completely iced in. All my traps were iced in. I'm gonna have to go out and reset them. Just the speed the water's going. Like, the dam is overflowing over the entire length of the dam. I can see one of my traps there now. It's still standing. There's nothing in it. But the other traps had been sprung by the ice and were stuck in the ice. So I'll probably reset those this afternoon. Because I imagine now that the ice is gone from this rainstorm in the warmer weather, that the beaver's going to be out working again. So I'm going to try and get the traps up. But again, you can see the height of the water, and he's been upper here chewing again. Even when the ice was out, he was swimming under the ice and breaking holes in the ice and chewing on trees in different places. So anyway, I'm gonna head up to the big lake, see what the dam up there looks like. If I had ever showed it on video, but he did finally get the 2 big trees cut down. The big one here on top broke off the one underneath, and he's been coming up and eating the bark and cutting off little branches here and there, and the complete top of that tree is gone. He pulled it away. You see he's chewing on it down here and chewing on trees over there, but these are like fresh cuttings, and that probably was just cut down last night right here. There was still a tree there last night, or yesterday I should say, and it's gone. It's completely hauled away. So I mean, they say busy beaver, he's been busy. If I don't get him, there's going to be nothing left of standing wood on either side of this river by next fall. He's just ripping everything apart, and he's going all for big wood. Anyway, it seems like a waste because he's gnawing on it now, but next spring they're not going to want to touch this because it's going to be deadfall. And you can see the one out there in the water, how much he's chewed off of that in the water there. Just stripping the bark for his lunches. But, yeah. I got to do something about him. I've been trying to catch him for a month now, and he just keeps snapping traps, sticking pieces of wood in the trap to snap them, or he just completely goes around them. Makes new runs on top of the house to work on his house. I put a trap on the new run, and then he makes a new run next to it the next night. He knows what the traps are, he knows how to spot them, and he knows how to deal with them if he can't get around them. Makes him probably a very smart old beaver. I really would like to get him though, because the amount of trees he's cutting down is just ridiculous. You can probably hear the water running now too in the video. It's just a complete overflow on the dam. Not all the ice is gone up here. There's still some left, but the main part of the river is gone, open. And I mean, from videos earlier, this dam was like 2 feet or 3 feet down from the top of the dam, and then it just, with the fall rains, it just filled back up, and now it's completely overflowed. I mean, I got traps out there, but I'm not going to risk walking out there to check them. I can see I pulled out the beaver traps on the runs because they were frozen in the ice, and I can see 2 of my snares that are out there, and they got nothing in them. They're pulled out by the Solo, get out of the water. Yeah, there's nothing there. So the water probably stretched them out. If there was anything there, I'd see it from here. But there should be no water right here. That should be land right there. And it's all in the water. Just completely overflowed. All from the rainstorm last night. It's got another set over here. Again, it's flooded up and there's nothing in it. There was something making a trail from actually, I'm still zoomed in. There's something making a trail from there going that way. Solo, no! Okay, he just walked right through a snare and never got caught. How the hell? Oh no, so it's here. Sorry, he went around it, so he never touched it. So that snare is still good. But he did find the raccoon trap there. And he was giving it a sniff, but the water would have flooded it out from the rain. But it snapped anyway. I flipped the lever on that a couple of days ago because I hadn't seen a raccoon in like 4 weeks. They just, I think they, because of the cold and the rain, the snow we had, I think they just kind of settled in for the winter. But this might get them moving again, so I might reset as well. But there's no way I can do anything. Like, even if I wanted to go and set traps on the runs again tonight, that it's going to be a day or two before the water's down low enough that I can get out there. Anyway, I got 4 more traps on the other side of the road along the river at the next beaver dam. They're probably all in the same boat as these ones, underwater. So I'm gonna head over there and give those a check. Anyway, thanks for watching, YouTube.